Good morning, Virgo. It's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your weekly read for the 11th to the 17th of November. Oh, wow. You got love coming in. Someone's got love coming in there. It jumped out really big time, that one. Okay, thank you very much for subscribing to my channel, Virgo. As you know, you had the highest amount of viewings last week for your videos, so I'm very thrilled to have you on board. If you haven't joined up yet, you know the drill. You can press the little red button underneath. If my readings don't resonate, or if the Virgo reading doesn't resonate, then all you have to do is go and have a look at your other aspects of your natal chart. I'm just going to move my camera a fraction. And you can check out your moon, your Venus and or your rising, because often they have messages that you may not have got otherwise. So always be careful to make sure you check everything before you move on. If they don't resonate, then move on to another reader. It's all good. I'm using the cards. I'm back to the After Tarot by Julia Massaglia because I felt like I needed a bit of break, and I'll pull you a card from the fortune telling deck when we're finished. Beautiful, ready to go. Virgo. Oh, very nice. Someone is taking action to come towards you next week. Now, this is a pentacle, so we know that the Knight of Pentacles represents the earth sign. He's very slow moving, very deliberate, thinks a lot about how he's going to move forward, but he's on his way. Now, this can be an offer of a job, it can be an offer of something tangible in regards to money and finance, but it can also be about stability. So whoever's coming towards you has this idea that this is a little bit longer lasting and they're on their way to you. Okay, so the first card we have out is the Ten of Swords. Now, the swords talk of, you know, things going on in our head, our thoughts, our, you know, ideas. Now, when we come to the 10, we're at the end of a cycle, and this often says that you have discarded old thoughts or an old thinking pattern. You have, you're able to now move forward without sort of taking these thoughts and feelings with you. Now, sometimes we see it as a card of betrayal too, because, you know, it's the last one in the deck. You know, generally in the traditional tarot, you see this man with all the swords in his back. So it can be that you've been betrayed, but it can also be that you're changing your thinking and moving towards a brand new cycle here. Okay, and here's the love card. So we should have known that was coming up after seeing it jump out of the deck. So Virgo, some of you have new love coming in this week after you've had some sort of disappointment. It could be that the same person is coming back to offer you something, but more likely that you are perhaps have been betrayed in the past and now you're being offered a new start with the Ace of Cups. And it could have come after a period of perhaps conflict here. Trying to get the feel, sorry. The Five of Swords talks about, you know, having bickering with someone and sort of winning at the cost of someone else. But I feel strongly here that this is your mental energy. So I feel like some of you have been through, perhaps, especially with this Ten of Swords here, a period of time when maybe you questioned whether you would ever be loved or whether something would come along for you, because I feel like you've had a bad time in the past with love. But now I feel that it's almost like you've stopped fighting and it's coming to you. Okay, now there's a need for balance being brought in here. Now this could be a decision that you have to make, which is fine. But it's more about balancing the decisions to make sure you go the right way. Your ships are coming in here, so you're definitely receiving, and that's really good. But it's like you are tossing up which way to go. You know, do you go with this? Do you trust it? And you're doing this head over heart thing here, trying to understand which way to go, but definitely bringing in a balance with this decision. Maybe you don't trust this love. You've got the Ace of Wands coming up here too. So now I'm feeling like not only is this passionate, this is definitely a love reading for a lot of you. But this is a brand new start, and I feel this brand new start is not so much about the love, but this is with you. This is you feeling, I don't know, feeling like you finally achieved something amazing. So it's almost like at the same time someone's offered you love, it's made you feel complete and whole and ready to move forward. So it's like you're now expanding. It could be that some of you have fallen pregnant or given birth here too. And the Ace of Wands is sort of giving you this new gift of motherhood. It's like that sort of combination. There's a Page of Swords here. So for some of you, this is a person that's perhaps been interested in you for a long while. For those who've got love coming in, this person could have been interested in you for a very long time. You could know them because someone's been watching them. Or it could have been that you've been watching someone because you've been interested in them for a very long time. But there is a message of truth coming in with this here too. Somebody's about to let you know something. And the really funny part is they've got their sword up against the Five of Swords here. So there's some sort of battle in order to finally get this. I really think this is you, Virgo. It's almost like you're battling with yourself with this Two of Pentacles. You know, you're somehow not really, you want this new start, and I feel like you're in the place for this start. But it's almost like you're battling with yourself whether it's what you want and whether you want to move forward. Okay, we have the past coming here. I've had a bit of the past coming in, but we're about to finish Venus retrograde, so that really makes sense to me that a lot of people are now able to move forward on things that have happened in the past. Now, what this card is saying to me is not so much that this is a person from your past, but I feel like somehow or another you've discovered something about yourself that you've been able to get past this mental conflict. So your beliefs from the past, especially with this Ten of Swords here, it's almost like you've started to get to grips with things you've been told in the past about yourself. This is why the Ace of Wands is here. This is why these cards have, been able to get on top of conflict and understanding. So maybe you believed that you couldn't have love. Maybe you've been working on yourself here with this Ace of Wands in order to bring love in, because you weren't in the right place. But there's like this feeling here that this past card is more about you understanding what you've learned or what you've had in the past to be able to come to this point. Because it's like you've been able to get rid of negative thinking here. Maybe you've been a negative thinker in the past and you're finally understanding that that is not what you need going forward. Because you have this Chariot here, so you're moving forward very, very rapidly here now. Okay, I really see this for you. It's like you've really gained this understanding, this deep, true understanding of yourself with this Ace of Wands. And the Ten of Swords here just says to me now that you were definitely able to let things go from the past. It could have been past hurts, but it's like you've been able to let it go in order to bring something new in. But now something new is coming in very rapidly. It's almost like you're questioning it because you're going back to this past way of thinking. You have to let that go because you've actually tamed those demons that kept you there. Okay, nice reading, Virgo. Very straightforward reading. Okay, so I'm going to put the last card on and I'll do a recap because we're only, Okay, definitely need to recap that. Okay, what I see a lot of you spending a lot of your life self-doubting, not having confidence, not having, a really good self-esteem. Now, I feel like a lot of you have been working on your thinking. This is about negative thinking about yourself. This Ace of Hearts here could be self-love. It could be that you finally understood that in order to do well in your life, you need to love yourself, and that's why it's coming through. Because with this past card and this strength card here, and especially with this Two of Pentacles, it's like you've been weighing up your thinking. You're learning to use your heart here. It's really beautiful because what it's saying to me is you have been thinking a lot in the past about how you feel, and now you're understanding how to come from the heart space. And I feel like something's coming in for you, but you're still doing this tossing up of heart and head. And what I think the universe is saying is you've fought your demons already. It's time to move forward now. You don't need to stay in this negative thinking energy because you have the Chariot and the Strength card, which is saying you've learned the lesson. You understand how to keep a really good balance between your heart and your head rather than overthinking everything. So somehow or another you've been able to defeat this past energy that's kept you back or kept you from moving forward with this Chariot, because you've negatively thought about things rather than understanding the journey. But now you've got the journey and you defeated that with the Five of Swords. You're able to move forward so beautifully with these aces here. It's really nice reading. So I'll pull you an oracle card. So good work, Virgo. Good work. Well done. Oh, and that one to come out. Okay, so we have the card of the World, and it says, be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. Beautiful card to get there. Be open to new possibilities, Virgo. Thanks for watching.